Fake Italian started and became sort of the lingua franca of Silkworm when Silkworm did a tour of Italy and they were traveling with Agostino Tillota. Agostino is a Sicilian. His English is pretty good, but when he speaks English, his English is very measured and very slow, and so what he says takes a long time to reach from his mouth into your ears. But it's come a very long journey from the heart to the head, and then out the mouth, through the air into the ears, then into your own heart is a long journey. And so if it takes some time, it takes some time. And Agostino, he says things. When he says things, he doesn't just say the thing. He says maybe something else about life that brings you to the point where you hear the thing. And to speak the fake Italian, she's so nice because fake Italian, she takes the pain from a criticism. To say to someone in English, in plain English, you say, I don't like the way you're playing the bass. You're playing the bass way too aggressively. Is maybe kind of an insult. To say in fake Italian, this music we're making, she is like a beautiful dolphin. She moves as smooth but quickly through the water, But the way you're playing the bass now, accidentally, I think you have made this bass into some kind of a rhinoceros. And a rhinoceros cannot play with the dolphin because the rhinoceros, she will drown. So, the fake Italian, she make a criticism sound like a poetry, and she make the mundane sound special. Today she is a day. It's like a beautiful flower. She opens. I have seen many flowers. I have not seen this one particular flower. She opens slowly, and I see finally what this flower looks like. Okay, she is very much like all these other flowers, but is a one of a kind. Never before this flower has opened to see the day. Like fake Italian, it's annoying when people around you are speaking fake Italian if you're not into it, but it's incredibly infectious. And so everyone in Silkworm's circle gradually started communicating almost exclusively in fake Italian, like, hey, what are we going to do for lunch today? Maybe we're going to eat some salamis? Do you think maybe we're going to have some salamis? It became almost impossible to have a normal English conversation because fake Italian is just so much easier on you. It allows you to say things in a way that doesn't offend anybody if you want to say something that's critical. It makes mundane things more entertaining to talk about, and it allows you to, it plays with everyone's sense of the absurd.
Well, the interview you've just watched was Albini actually talking about his fake Italian. It was published in 2008 and it was published when Steve was still alive. So Steve Albini, a towering figure of the underground rock and of course a legend who actually recorded so many songs and has been regarded as one of the biggest influence in the rock and roll album, is actually dead at the age of 61. Albini had a heart attack, according to the staff at his studios, who confirmed to the press. His death comes just as his band, actually Shellac, was preparing to release their first album in a decade. Albini had been behind at the start of a couple of bands, the likes of the Big Black. I think it was formed in the 80s at the Northwestern University, which actually rocked still within the 80s and early 90s. He's been regarded, like I've told you, as the biggest influential producer of the 80s, 70s, 90s, and preferably or arguably within the entire history of rock. So he's he has recorded a couple of songs, the likes of for PJ Harvey, Joanna Newsom, Ty Segall, Cloud Nothings, and of course he's been so much popular with the recordings he actually had with the Nirvana in that outro. His productions and of course sound engineering will always actually stand out within the other producers. He has influenced and of course taught and spread his skill to a number of young guys, and of course his legacy will live on forever.